Moody's Investor Services said last month that Singapore's real estate investment trust may actually suffer from a surge in new commercial properties, but that warning is not deterring companies like Cache Logistic Trust. Cache is a REIT that owns properties that strategically placed near ports, airports, railway lines, and it's raising $300 million in its IPO and targeting yields of over 8%, which in times like these sounds like a pretty attractive, stable income. And this morning, to get more on the real estate investment environment, I am joined by Daniel Cerf, who's the manager of Cache Logistics Trust, and he joins us from our Singapore bureau. Daniel, a good Tuesday morning to you. Now, there hasn't been a listing of a REIT in Singapore for just about 2 years now, so why was now a good time for you to try to raise some cash?
Well, we believe the market's really started to perform well. It's an optimal time. We've got a really good portfolio to put to the market. We believe there's great investor optimism at this point. There's a lot of interest been expressed. There's a good partnership in terms of management and the sponsorship, and it's really been well received.
Yeah, let's talk about the reception, because you have been on this roadshow trying to promote this IPO. Where do you think you've gotten the best reception and probably the most investor dollars?
I think for the most part, I think Asia is a little bit more switched on to what's happening here, perhaps a little bit more consumed with certain issues in the UK, where we were marketed on the roadshow for a couple of days. We believe, honestly, that the people here are reactionary so far as being able to see good opportunities as we have put forth. And we think that the investors are, again, quite interested in this type of an annuity-based product, again, with growth potential going forward in the future.
And yeah, what about the potential of your properties? I mean, they're all centered around airports and ports, these logistics centers. What sort of appreciation, I guess, and rental income are you expecting from these locations, say, in the next year or so?
Well, actually, Cache Logistics Trust portfolio is being purchased into the REIT by way of what's called a sale and lease back. And there's a master lease structure, which basically insulates us from certain inflationary pressures, and we do have a step-up rental along with us to get it up to close to the market rates at the time. So we basically have an underpinned distribution yield that we're providing to investors. Going forward, when we go to revert that, we'll be going to
Daniel, let's talk about the yield. Since I just jumped in, I might as well just continue talking about this. You have a yield forecast of 8.7% for this year.
Yeah.
You know, in these times, that sounds pretty attractive. Is it actually achievable, though, and how are you going to get there?
Oh, it's very achievable. We've actually got a good passing yield at the property level, and I think the interest rate has been favorable of late. We've been able to lock in some good low interest rates going forward. And on the basis of that, with the sustainable revenue stream that we have from the rentals, we believe that we can offer that certainly for our forecast and our projection years of 2010 and 11.
Yeah, and 8.8% yields is what's projected in 2011. Now you're distributing 100% of your income, is that right, from these locations? Yes. That's pretty aggressive. Correct. In these times. Don't you need to reinvest at some point?
Well, actually, we've got we're providing this yield at quite a low gearing level. So we have a strong balance sheet. We have some debt headroom that will allow us to be able to have some firepower in terms of acquisitions going forward. So we believe that the 100% distribution is what investors are interested in at the moment. We have committed to that for the first 2 years. And going forward, again, we have that opportunity to acquire based on what we have in terms of some debt headroom.
Okay. Daniel, thank you for your time this morning. Good luck with that. Daniel Cerf of Cache Logistics Trust. Now,